What's up, guys? It's been a couple minutes. If anybody watches these videos, I don't know. Anywho, so I had the weather is like trying to break right now, and my cut is going super well. I'm already down 15 pounds, so that is a plus. I was almost down 20. Then I seem to be fluctuating like 5 pounds, which is fine. Everything's kind of looking really good on the body, though, so I'm feeling good about that. But I got a chance to watch. Well, first of all, I don't know if I've ever addressed it, but I'm a big wrestling fan. I love wrestling. It's kind of one of them things that I kind of watched, like, seeing my dad start watching. He was watching SmackDown because we didn't have cable. I could never watch Raw, which is a criminal, I know, but it's a weird ass lawn ornament. Hope that really wasn't a person standing there. It kind of got me into wrestling. I remember, like, the first match I watched was like Undertaker and Big Show versus The Rock and Mankind Buried Alive match on SmackDown for the tag titles. Triple H and Kane were involved in that match. Stone Cold was involved in that match. It was sweet. It was awesome. But yeah, it started, like, my dad got me into that, and then we started watching it all the time. And I've been watching it kind of hardcore throughout the years. I watched SmackDown, NXT, Raw, Velocity, Heat. I mean, everything you can think of, like all the old shows I was watching when I got a chance. And one of the latest figures, like Bray Wyatt, he was one of them characters that I loved. I loved Bray Wyatt, man. Bray was so good. Honestly, I really liked his brother too when he was doing the Bo Leave stuff in NXT, but really happy like that. Those two were. I thought they always had it. But anywho, before I get into a whole love of wrestling spiel, before I want to talk about what I want to talk about, I got a chance to watch the Bray Wyatt Immortal thing on Peacock. I don't know if you want to call it a biography or an autobiography or something along the lines, but that was one of the most beautifully done episodes of WWE for a recently deceased wrestler that I have ever watched. Like, not one person could say a bad thing about Bray, even when he was, like, except for the fact that he might have been a little hard to work with because he was so creative. What a compliment, man. What a compliment to have. And it's sad he died at 36 years old, which is literally 2 years older than I am. And I mean, that's crazy. 4 kids, still have a good relationship with with his ex-wife and his current wife, a massive artist. That film, 2-hour episode, biography, whatever you want to call it, I don't know what it's called, but that, just to look at him as like a human being, and you hear what people say about him, like, hats off to whoever made that, because that is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful friggin' episode. Just to see everything that he was doing, and then when he works with Kevin, who, if you guys haven't seen that, he's the guy who helps him do the masks and things like that, and the relationships that he builds. And I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, but, you know, especially if you want to watch it, but just to see, like, how he goes about things, and the art that he made, and the pictures that he made, and the masks, and you could see the creativity and where he got things from, and man, it really does make, like, you know, like the saying that the dead are never really gone. There's always messages around, things like that. Like, man, he's got, there's so many ideas he has that are still laying around. And then I loved what they did with Bo, or Taylor Rotunda, because I know he's going to be the guy to replace him. That's been the whole like plan, and I know they've been like working this story in, and I know he's coming in the summer, and I can't wait to have that feeling again, because I used to have, like, when I was a kid, Undertaker and Kane, I loved them. I loved that paranormal stuff. I loved it. The Ministry of Darkness days, you know, Kane just destroying it, coming out 3 times in one night, just destroying tag teams and everybody in his wake. That kind of feel. And then when The Fiend debuted, and mind you, I loved when Bray Wyatt had the Hawaiian shirt on with the Wyatt family. Oh, man, them and the Shield. Oh, man. Those matches, oh, they tore the roof down. They tore the roof down. I wish that would have been a bigger rivalry in WWE, but I you know, they had different brands. They wanted to split up 2 different factions, 2 different brands kind of thing, and, you know, kind of get everybody on their own, doing their thing. But I wish that was like a, I could have watched those 6 guys wrestle every pay-per-view, and I know what Jon Moxley, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins is. Like, I know what the Indian Bros, I'm sorry, in WWE time. I know what they are. And John Huber, who is Luke Harper, or you guys hardcore wrestling fans, Mr. Brody Lee, you know, I knew he could go. And even Eric Rowan, or Eric Redbeard, or whatever he goes by now, I've been always impressed by him in the ring. And I thought, before everything had happened and he's got his little push on SmackDown, I thought he could go. I was like, dude, he's a good wrestler. He's a good big man. He actually plays the part of a big man perfect. I mean, what a team. Then, of course, later on they added Strowman, and that was... When Strowman first got in there, he was a little rough to watch because he was green, but I really enjoyed the growth that he had. And then he explains about Bray in the DVD, or I don't know what it's called. I'm just going to keep calling it different things. But he explains how wonderful of a person Wyndham Rotunda was. So, I mean, I would, to this day, like, I didn't think that they would ever be able to top the Wyatt family. And then when he brought in The Fiend, man, The Fiend, that made me feel like a kid again, because it was that paranormal character, and then he did the split personality with like the Mr. Rogers kind of thing, with the fun house, excuse me. It's early, I just woke up. And that was really freaking cool. Really cool. When I first seen that, I remember he walked in that door and he's like, ta-da! And he had the sweater on and everything. And I'm like, hold on a minute. Is this a new character? And then, like, the second he grabs the chainsaw and saws his old self in half, you're like, wait a minute, there's something demented about this. And then as it progressed, you know, you end up getting the Fiend, that was awesome. That was just freaking awesome. But yeah, I highly suggest any wrestling fan watches that. And I don't know about you guys, but like, it's so hard for me to have hate for wrestlers. Like, there's literally only like 2 of them that I personally don't like, because I've met them in person, and they're freaking 2 wrestlers in all time, and one of them I was a giant fan of, and I met him in real life, and he was an absolute fucking asshole. And that was Kurt Angle. And you know what? I will never ever be a fan of him again by how he treats fans. know. And that was at the Arnold, and I paid good money to get an autograph from him, and all I did was ask him a simple question, and that dude was a absolute asshole about it. I was like, dude, hey, why are you signing this? And all I said was, how's your day? And I had a whole bunch of protein shakes and protein bars with me, and I was like, hey, did you want a protein bar? And he just freaking like ripped me a new ass about giving him a protein bar in front of all these people, and I'm like, dude, it's just an offer. Like, literally, I'm just offering. He's like, yeah, well, you know what? And I'm like, okay, you're a dick, so whatever. So I'll never ever be a fan of him ever again. But and the other one was an indie wrestler, and you guys probably don't even know him, most of you guys. But anyway, back on subject. Bray was one of the ones I got to meet, and when I met him, he wasn't Bray Wyatt. He was Wyndham Rotunda, and before I could even handshake him, and of course, me being me, I brought protein bars and I brought snacks, and I gave him a little bag, and he was like, dude, this is the coolest thing because I don't have any food with me. So I had a couple of protein bars, and then I was like, oh, you don't have any food? And I was like, here, take this. And I gave him a cheeseburger that I had, you know. And he's like, dude, this is the best. And that was when he was doing his Wyatt family thing, and I gave him that, and he was really happy about that. That was like a moment for me. So he's like, I shouldn't eat this, but I'm going to. You know, just the little things in life that make a big difference. So, but yeah, I highly recommend anyone who has a love of wrestling really take a good look at that, and especially if you like Bray Wyatt. Watch that. You're gonna really enjoy it. You're gonna really enjoy, you know, the show, what it's about, and what Bray brings to the freaking table. That's just what it is. So, but I have just arrived to the gym, and after this, I'll be uploading a freaking Godzilla Kong review when I get out of the gym and get done eating my food. And yeah. But all right, I will be doing chest today. As you can see, it's kind of deflated, but it'll be inflated when you see me next, probably. So, wrestling fans, check that out. Like I said, it's a great thing to watch. Really pulls you in. I didn't get bored the entire time, and it really pulls you in. Really shows you the kind of person that he was and what he meant to a lot of people and his fans, which I don't even think he understood what he meant to his fans. But all right, guys, have a blessed day. Life is short, so do what you want, and whatever it is, make sure it's a good thing, not a bad thing. All right, peace, y'all.